We go into class. I walk up to her and I say, "Hey, such and such." Not gonna say her name. I say, "Hey, such and such. Will you go out with me?" I just laid it all out right there. Laid it all out. The response she gives me is my most embarrassing moment in my life. Yo there, everybody. Gryphon, how you doing? Now, welcome to a little segment that I like to call the struggles of Gryphon. And what this basically entails is just me telling you guys a story of either some of my embarrassing moments or some struggles that I went through. Basically, a story time is what this is. I want to have Halo Infinite here playing in the background. It's just me playing the game, having a good time, and just me basically commentating over it, right? Not about it, but over it. And while I do that, editor Griff, go ahead and roll that beat. So, my most embarrassing moment happened in middle school. In my 27 years of living so far, thank you, Lord, this is still my most embarrassing moment to this day. So, me in middle school, let me give you guys a picture of what I was. 5'7", so definitely short, big forehead, not a straight hairline. I did have an afro. I was growing an afro because I wanted locks at the time. A little disclaimer, I never got to achieve getting the locks because my hair never achieve the growth it needed to. But I could definitely grow a nice fro. I'll say that. So that was me in middle school. I was a nerd, right? I was big nerd. Love video games, love anime. I wasn't your stereotypical nerd, you know, high water pants, glasses, what people think a nerd looks like. Hey, some of the coolest people in the world are nerds. Hey, nerds are cool. So one of the things about me in middle school was I was 15 or 16 at the time of this story, and I was in 7th grade. And if you guys are wondering why I was that age at 7th grade, is because I was born in San Diego, California, due to my father being in the Navy, and I started school late, and I also did fail the 3rd grade. So with that in mind, I was 15 or 16 at the time. I want to say I was actually maybe 14 or 15, somewhere around there, right? I wasn't the average age for a middle schooler in 7th grade. So at this time, one of the things that I wanted the popularity. I wanted the attention from ladies so bad. Like, I wanted that so bad because that looked cool. Like there would be guys in middle school that have ladies all over there talking to them, trying to get to know them. And some of the coolest dudes are obviously dating the most prettiest girls, you know, and this is in middle school, guys. Like, a lot of these guys have already lost their virginities by now. And me, my most experience with a lady is just saying hello to her in the hallway or what's up to her in the hallway. I haven't been kissed, have been in a relationship, let alone at this point in time, I never received a hug from a lady at this age yet. So as you guys can say, yeah, I'm a late bloomer. So that looked cool to me, having that type of attention from ladies. It was a cool look at this point. So I had a group of dudes that I hung out with, and these dudes, I will call them my acquaintances because they definitely weren't friends. Because I take that word seriously. I take the word friend seriously. They all lost their virginities at this point. They've all been in relationships, had experience with the lady anatomy the lady anatomy, right? The female anatomy, if you want to call it professionally, right? They already had some experience in it, right? And me, you know, trying to be cool, being with these guys, you know, I didn't have no experience. If you lined us up, you can easily tell who didn't fit in that group. I'll say that, right? These guys were 5'10", height and up, and I was the 5'7" dude trying to fit in, whatever. So on this particular day in middle school, me and the guys, we were talking, and they were talking about, you know, the ladies they've been with, the ladies they smashed, the ladies they could smash, etc. And all these guys knew that I liked this girl, this young lady. I remember her name. I won't say her name, and to this day, I still remember what she looked like, at least middle school wise. I don't know anything after middle school because we didn't go to the same high school together, but I still remember what she looked like. And now, if you guys heard the term jailbait, that's basically a lady that's a really young age, but she looks like she could be 18 or older. Like, the body's developed or developing, and yeah, it's weird. Like, I'm not gonna say weird, but it's like it's amazing how you think someone is older and they're not, and a lot of men will get trapped into that. And there's some good men who mistake a lady for being 18 or up, and she's really not. But anyway, so this lady, being in middle school, and you know, ladies' bodies developing, she had the badonkadonk, the bazungas, like already in place. So, like, it was I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a guy, right? And yeah, and I was looking, and I wasn't like the stalkerish looking, but I was looking, right? But anyway, that's not like the big thing about her that impressed me, or what I liked about her the most was, like, she had long black hair, right? Long black hair, beautiful brown eyes, a lovely smile, and the cutest plump cheeks. Like, it was cheeks that you could like pinch. Like that was cute to me, right? That's what she looked like. And she was really short. That's another thing that was, I think she was like 4 foot something. I was like, bet, right? So any short lady, I was like, okay, cool. But I will say, I mean, now as a heck, even tall women are sexy too. So anyway, so yeah. So this particular day, they knew I liked her, but I wasn't gonna say anything to her. And we had the same class when we spoke before, but I was never gonna ask her out or anything because, like I said, I didn't have the confidence in that. And me being a black male thing, at least that I had in my head, was, you know, tall, athletic, played some type of sport, you know, and I didn't have any of that. I didn't have any of that, and so I didn't look like the black man that I wanted to look like. You know, you guys know what I mean, right? Hopefully you guys do, but yeah, I didn't have the crisp hairline. I didn't have the height. I didn't have the athletic build or anything. I didn't play football. Like, I like playing football like for fun, but I didn't play it as a sport in middle school. You know, I didn't do any of that. A lot of these guys that I hung out with already had that, right? Or were getting that. So like I said, you can tell I didn't fit in. So I already kind of stood out as, you know, being unattractive. And a lot of ladies, at this point in time, no lady has ever complimented me on my looks. I was always unattractive. They said way worse than that. Like I said, like I'll say this, I was teased more by women than men. So they would say a lot of mean things. But I mean, hey, everyone gets teased when you're a teenager growing up. You know, I'm not trying to say this to make you feel bad for me, but it's like I said, you remember what you went through as being teased or anything. So you remember those things as you grow up. And I still remember I was teased more by women than men. And it bothered me a bit because this was the gender that I'm trying to attract. You know what I'm saying? So I'm straight as an arrow. So this is the gender that I wanted, and I wanted the attention, all that jazz. And I didn't get it. Obviously, I can count on the number of fingers how many ladies I've only been in one serious relationship, and ladies that I have done something strange with, just to be silly on calling you know what, right? I can count on 2 fingers on how many I did that with, and it wasn't like on the first date or anything. I want to get to know the lady mentally before I get to know her physically. Let me just say that's how I roll. And I'm not saying that to impress you guys, but that's just how I roll. With that, we're talking about ladies, and the class was about to end, and the guys was like, yo, Zach, why don't you just ask her out? Just ask her out. Because these guys thought that I was afraid to ask her out, which I was. But me trying to be cool, you know, trying to fake the funk, I was like, I'm not scared. I'm just not gonna ask her out. I don't care. Knowing dang well I do care to ask her out, but it's whatever. They was like, oh, stop being a B, such and such and such. And I was like, I'm not. I'm cool. Like, I just don't want to ask her out. So at this time, we're already changing classes. We're in the hallway and we're walking behind her at a good distance. But me, I'm looking at her. You guys know, teenage boy looking at a lady, you already know what he's looking at, right? And plus, we're behind her. So they were like, Zach, just walk up to her and ask her out. So I'm telling these guys, I'm not afraid. I said, okay, when we get to the next class, I'll ask her. And they're like, bet. So we go in the class, and she sits in the class where the other ladies are sitting, right? The other ladies in the classroom are sitting. So when I basically try to do this, I'm like, I got no privacy with her. And ladies, I don't know why I'll do that. Y'all hang around with your girlfriends. So I'm pretty sure a lot of men would approach you if you just stayed by yourself for like 5 seconds. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry. But yeah, so we go in the classroom, and me and guys, like, my heart is about to kill me out of my chest. Like, I didn't want to ask her out. I was like, no, like me and her are cool. Like, we'll chat in class or whatnot. And like, we weren't friends or anything, but we'll chat. But I'm about to ask her out, and I'll probably ruin whatever conversations that I may have with her in the future. Oh, well, here we go. We go in the class. I walk up to her and I say, hey, such and such. Not gonna say her name. I say, hey, such and such, will you go out with me? I just laid it all out right there. Laid it all out. The response she gives me is my most embarrassing moment in my life. She looks at me and she says, heck no. Well, hell no. Are you effing kidding me? That's what she said. Now, she didn't say effing. She obviously used the curse words, but I'm on YouTube, so I'm just saying effing. That's what she says to me. Now, the ladies hear this that are around her. The teacher hears this, and the guys hear this. The guys are laughing their behinds off. The ladies in the room that are near her are laughing, and the teacher, he's not laughing, but he definitely looked embarrassed because I think he knows what happened. And I was like, hey, okay, cool. And I just played it off, and I walked away, and I was laughing with him, fake laughing, when inside my head, like, that is hurt, bro. And I was like, and she didn't have to say yes. I already knew she was gonna say no, but it's just like, I'm just saying, like, I was respectful about it. You could at least just said no, I'm not interested, or something. You know, I can appreciate a lady who just says no, I'm not interested, or something. Like, just like when you disrespect a man for asking you out and he's respectful about it, that hurts, man. And I'm not gonna say like, well, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it hurts. Like, it's disrespectful. Like, it's like, wow, man, really? So, that's my most embarrassing moment. And the last I know of her was in high school. I still had a Facebook at this time. She got pregnant while in high school. The man that gave her this child, he's not with her at the time. But I don't know anything since. But I don't know what she's doing. I hope she's happy. You know, I have no ill will towards her. But that was like the last thing I found out, was that she ended up getting pregnant in high school, and I don't know anything about after that. But the one thing I learned from this, guys, is being that I'm glad I wasn't that guy that had a lot of girls around his hip or at his beck and calls, because honestly, any lady that gives me that attention on this day or anything, I appreciate it a lot more. Instead of getting it so easy growing up. I will say that. I appreciate it a lot more. So that was my most embarrassing moment, Griff Gang. With that, you guys, make sure you guys dab up that like button. Subscribe at your own leisure to join the Griff Gang. This is Gryphon reminding you, be silent, humble professionals. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.